with that in mind, I'm not pressed if one of those doesn't get back to me. Especially if I'm applying to that much work on a daily basis, which I am. I'm not pressed if that one job does not want me back, right? I'm not pressed if I did not get one of those bookings, 3 of those bookings, 5 of those bookings. Why? Because I'm literally sending off 2 more self-tapes right now. That's 2 more opportunities, 2 more seeds planted that can bloom, that I can harvest in due time.
5 shows made $3 million a week. You are now looking at the bestie elite. You are now looking at the bestie elite. You are now looking at the best.
Hey there, bestie. It's Lola Shell, and I'm coming to you guys with another model day. So as you guys can see, I'm not on set. I'm actually in the office, the same office that you guys see me film, becoming your best self stuff in. But I want to show you guys literally how I become my best self as a model, and just kind of like the mundane things that I do to make sure that I'm always booked. So you guys know the drill. The best are never the best by themselves. So go ahead and subscribe, like, and share this with somebody that you want the best for, or somebody who wants to be a model, or both. All right, go ahead and grab that water and let's go. So I'm just going to label this as things I think more models should be doing inside of their career, okay? So as you guys see, I'm here, I'm in the office. It's really casual today. I've got all my stuff. I've got my water. I've got my laptop open, right? So something you guys really can't see, and you probably shouldn't be seeing. But I actually have a self-tape that I did. And one thing I think more models should be doing more of is self-tapes, because that's how you really land a lot of jobs that might be out of your area or out of your market, should I say. And self-tapes have really opened up a lot of opportunities outside of South Florida for me. I've been able to book work in New York through self-tapes. I've been able to book work in Texas through self-tapes. I've even been able to book work in Atlanta through self-tapes. And it's something I wish more models would do more of. But to get a self-tape, you have to submit yourself, okay? And so I did a submission for this opportunity in New York, and submission took me like 5 minutes. And the reason it took me 5 minutes is because I mastered how to make money as a model. And that's why I teach models how to book paid modeling jobs in 2 weeks or less, because this process right here is how you stay booked. So I wish more models did more self-tapes. And once you know how to do a self-tape, once you know all the cheat codes, things that I teach my models, having a uniform, having a permanent setup, right? Or something that's quick and easy to set up and really structure and execute with, so that you remove all the barriers that make it difficult. As somebody who used to hate self-tapes, because I hated setting things up. I hated having to put together my tripod every time. I hated having to clear out my entire living room just to do a full body. I hated having to play dress up every 5 seconds at the drop of a dime when a client wanted to have a self-tape. I hated it, which is why I perfected a system where I have a semi-permanent setup. My tripod with my ring light, which you guys are on right now, is always set up and within reach, right? I stopped breaking it down and putting it in the closet. I just put it in the office, already prepped, ready to go, so that I can do stuff like this, right? And I also made sure that I got a uniform together so that I could basically do all my self-tapes in a similar fashion unless I was traveling, okay? Which made putting this together super simple. I was able to film I know you guys can't really see it, but I was able to film this portion, I know you guys saw me pop up there. I was able to film that in 15 seconds. I already have this kind of logged and squared away, this whole full body turn. And then I also just did the actions that they wanted to see me. It's a lot of different facial expressions. That's something that as a model, when you do more of self-tapes, what's going to end up happening is you are going to go through a lot of the same motions, because the client just wants to see how you look on camera, how you look in motion, because they're not there with you. You're literally sending this into them to review. So I wish models did more of self-tapes. Another thing that I wish models did more of has to be self-submitting. Okay, so this is something that, again, when I'm working with models hands-on, I actually show them my full process that can be executed in 10 minutes or even up to an hour, right? And it's really going through and making sure that the platforms that you are looking for model jobs on are already predisposed to show you things that you're a 100% fit for. And that's what makes submitting to things on your own, aka a self-submission or submitting without an agency, so much more possible and feasible for me as a model. Is because I'm not going through the process of like, oh my gosh, does this fit me? Oh my goodness, does this pay what I want it to pay? Oh my goodness, is this in my area? Can I make it over there? I'm not going through that because I've already set it up from the beginning to be in markets that I'm willing to work in, to have the pay parameters that I want as a model, to have jobs that I'm willing to do as a model, and to exclude anything else that does not fit within that. That is why I'm able to scroll through this and literally see something. Oh, of course. Why would I not want to do a commercial print job with a sports apparel company in Portland for $2,000? Why would I not want to do that, right? And in a few clicks, click. And the funny thing is that they want self-tapes. Which is what I just told you guys I want models to do more of, right? They want self-tapes. Scroll down. Willing to self-report and work. And then this other script that I have as well. I have a lot of scripts that I like send to clients, right? And just like that, done. This is exactly what I teach the models that I work with hands-on. This is what I wish models did more of. Self-submitting, because now you're not waiting on an agency to make money. Now you're not, living and dying by whether or not, there's opportunities that your agency found for you. No. Stand up. Stand up and submit. And it's so funny because like when I walk the girls through how many submissions I do, like this is all my submissions. Like you see how I'm scrolling like mad fast. This is all submissions that have been done within the last week. I self-submit a lot. Does that stop my agencies from submitting me? No. Does that stop people from reaching out to me with opportunities? No. But this just gives me more seeds to harvest every single week, every single month, every single year. Okay? So something I wish more models did was self-submit. Now, if you have no idea how to self-submit, you don't know what sites you should be on, you don't know how to set the parameters, you don't know how to make sure that people know what you do well, why they should work with you, and how to find clients who are willing to pay you. If you are struggling with that, drop the word model below, and I'll reach out to you with next steps. We can work one-on-one. Okay, so the last thing that I wish more models did more of is, say that 5 times fast, is letting it go. Like just, and when I say like let it go, I mean it. Okay, so right now I have 2 self-tapes that I've submitted. I've, also self-submitted to, I think maybe like $20,000 or more worth of paid modeling work. And I'm going to send off these self-tapes. Perfect, right? That one's gone, right? And there's another one that I need to kind of like, I finished editing it. I just didn't upload it. So let's go ahead and upload that. Perfect. Now that's loading in the background. I love that. But once I send these, that's it. I'm not checking every 5 seconds. Did the client get it? Oh, did they shortlist me? Oh, do they want me to do a callback? Oh, is it? No. I've done my part. And I think that more models don't know how to let it go because they only plant one seed. They only see one opportunity. And they feel like if I don't get that opportunity, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be working. I'm not going to be paid. The reason that I'm able to let go is because, I don't know if you guys heard me, I applied to over $20,000 worth of paid modeling work. That's at minimum 10 different modeling jobs. At minimum. Based on my rates, that's at minimum 10 different modeling jobs. Right? So, with that in mind, I'm not pressed if one of those doesn't get back to me. Especially if I'm applying to that much work on a daily basis, which I am. I'm not pressed if that one job does not want me back. Right? I'm not pressed if I did not get 1 of those bookings, 3 of those bookings, 5 of those bookings. Why? Because I'm literally sending off 2 more self-tapes right now. That's 2 more opportunities, 2 more seeds planted that can bloom, that I can harvest in due time. I've got, on this side alone, they always upload at least 100 jobs a day. There's 100 more opportunities, specifically for me, that happen every single day. Why would I hold so tight and hoping that this one job books me. Do I want all the bookings? Absolutely. But do I know that every job is not going to be my job? Also, absolutely. And because I know that not all money is my money, not every job is my job, I'm able to move forward and know that there is more, there is better, and it's going to come to me. I'm going to be ready because I position myself to be ready. I position myself for there to be more. I position myself to make money as a model. And I do it again and again and again, day in, day out. Some days it takes me 30 minutes. Some days it takes me an hour. Some days it takes me 10 minutes because 10 minutes is all I got. But the time is not the important thing. It's the amount of effort that I consistently put in. And I wish more models knew how to put in the effort and let it go. Because if you hold on tight to every single submission that you ever do, you will drive yourself mad. Okay? Because you're not going to book all of them. You're not even going to book most of them. You'll book a select few, but those select fews will make you money. It'll bring in a full-time income. It'll bring in a part-time income. It will bring in income. Okay? So I wish more models knew how to let it go, because on the other side of letting it go is the booking. And trust me, I know it's such like I don't know if I could do that. I know the mindset blocks because I work with models hands-on all the time. And so many of them do the action, but then are scared to take the very next step because they're just like, oh, what if I don't get booked? But what if you do? You'll never know if you don't submit. You'll never know if you don't do the self-tape. You'll never know unless you let it go. Do your part. Do what they asked of you. Be a good fit. If they want the self-tape, submit it. If they do the callback, go. And then let it go. You've done your part. You're honing your skills. You're getting better every single time you go through this process. And on the other side of this process is a paid booking. Let it go. All right, besties, that's everything for today. I hope that you guys love this kind of like impromptu, different vibe for the Model With Me Day. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it gave you guys some inspiration. Remember, don't be the best alone. Join our community here. Subscribe, drop a comment, drop a like, share it with somebody that you know needs it. And above all else, grab that water, stay hydrated, and I'll see you on the next one.